Okay, let's talk about the one thing that's standing between you and getting more views and subscribers on YouTube. Yes, the algorithm. You see, the algorithm is just a man-made machine learning program that is designed to store and retrieve videos for users. And as a small creator, you need to know exactly how the algorithm works if you want the algorithm to store and retrieve your videos correctly so your users can easily find your topic. So today, I'm going to be sharing exactly how the YouTube algorithm works, including how it decides which videos to show in the homepage and which videos to rank high in search. This way, you can beat the algorithm and get more views and subscribers this year, even if you're just starting out as a new creator. Okay, so when it comes to understanding the algorithm, something you as a creator must realize is the algorithm is not programmed for you.
I said, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
It's actually designed to look at the viewer and the viewer's behavior. This means that myth that the algorithm is against you is false, because the algorithm's not designed for you. It's designed for the viewer, your audience. This is one of the reasons why results in search and on your homepage are gonna be completely different than your friends. And that's because your viewing behavior and pattern is going to be completely different than your friend's viewing behavior and pattern. Of course, the main reason why the algorithm is focused on the audience instead of the creator is because the algorithm is programmed to get viewers to the platform and keep them there. And in order to do that, it must predict what the viewer is going to be interested in watching and deliver relevant and quality content to that viewer so they stay on the platform. In order to do this, the algorithm analyzes things such as the viewer's watch history and your device's cookies. And no, not the chocolate chip kind. See, cookies are text files with small pieces of data, like your username and password, that are used to identify your computer as you use a computer network. Specific cookies, known as HTTP cookies, are also used to identify specific users and improve your web browsing experience. In more simple terms, cookies store things such as the sites you visited, the information that you put into those sites, such as the search terms, and even what type of purchases you made from which sites. Now, most websites use cookies, and you'll probably see that at the bottom of the banner, which asks you to accept those cookies. And they like when you accept this because then they're able to show you things based on your history and get you to make more purchases or show you ads that you'd actually be interested in. Of course, on YouTube's platform, it shows you videos that you're more likely to watch. So this way they can keep you on their platform. But this does work in your favor as a creator when your user hits one of your videos out of curiosity. Say they've never watched your video before, but there was something about the thumbnail or the title that really caught their attention. So they watch your video and then they log out. The next time they log into the YouTube app or the website, they're going to see your video on their homepage. But we're going to get into that a little bit later when we talk about the multiple algorithms that YouTube has.
The suspense is killing me.
Now, before I tell you about those multiple algorithms, I want to talk about the second part of what YouTube delivers, which is relative and quality content. As soon as I talk about quality, YouTubers, especially newer YouTubers, start to freak out and go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff, including fancy cameras and lightings and even a green screen. But those aren't things you need. They're just really fun to have. See, it's important to remember that the algorithm is a machine. It's a program. It's not human, which means it doesn't see visual quality the way that humans see. And again, that's because humans read things such as letters and numbers and put words together. But the algorithm doesn't do that. It reads in binary and code, and it reads metrics such as what the user did when they clicked on your video or didn't click on your video. So yes, while the algorithm can read at what frame rate you shot your video at, it's using the user's behavior to really deem the quality. Because when the user does something such as click on a video or watch for a certain length of time or even share a video to its friends, that behavior is sending positive and negative signals to the algorithm to help the algorithm decide, is this video quality or not? So for instance, you right now watching this video, when you clicked on my video, you sent a positive signal to the algorithm, which says, yes, people like this, so let me share it more. But if you were to click on my video and then leave in the first 30 seconds, you've now just sent a negative response to the algorithm. Something turned you off, so the algorithm's now leery about recommending my video to more people. Of course, one person can't determine the quality of my video. But when I have a majority of people doing the same type of behavior, the algorithm catches on to that and then will stop recommending the video because they're like, okay, everyone seems to leave in the first 30 seconds, something's wrong with this video, we're not going to recommend it because our job is to keep people on the platform and this video is just not doing that. And again, This does not mean the algorithm is against you. It just means for some reason your audience didn't respond well to your video. But you can fix this. Just analyze your video and see what you could do better next time if you want the algorithm to recommend you on the homepage or rank you higher in search. Which brings me to that really fun part. We're actually dealing with more than one algorithm. Okay, so most of us believe that there's multiple algorithms, but YouTube's only confirmed two, which is recommended, also known as suggested, and search. And honestly, those are the only two you really need to worry about right now, so it's okay that those are the only two that they've actually confirmed. Now, I know I've given you a lot of information, and the information I gave you kind of covers both algorithms, but I want to go ahead and branch off. This way you can understand how to rank higher in search, along with how to get on people's homepage, because that's what's going to help you get more views and more subscribers this year. So let's go ahead and start with search. So search is pretty straightforward. A user comes onto the platform, and they type what's known as a keyword or search terms into the search bar. And then the algorithm goes ahead and pulls up videos that match that search term. Now, the way the algorithm matches the videos to the viewer's search term is by reading what's known as metadata, which is the information the creator puts into things like your title, tags, description box, even your video chapters, what you say in your video, and your thumbnail. So then the algorithm will rank those videos based off of the relevancy. So which one's metadata matches closer to the viewer's keyword or search terms? And of course, quality. Which video has a better positive viewing experience? Which one keeps the viewer on longer? Because again, it wants to keep people on the platform. Okay, so for the search algorithm, I find that it works kind of in a circle. So basically what you as a creator need to do is predict what your viewer is going to be searching for. I happen to use TubeBuddy to do this. I use their Keyword Explorer tool, and I like it because I get to see how often this topic is searched based on the number of searches per month. I also get to see what the trend looks like. If it's an upward trend and I know I'm going to get a lot of views in the next coming weeks, more likely to do that video. If it's a downward trend and it looks like it won't be trending again until next year, I'll just put it in my calendar for further out. This way I can wait to make that video when the trend starts to rise again. Because you want to make videos that your audience is interested in right now. Of course, once you've found your highly searched topic, you want to move on and make a really good engaging video. Then you're going to upload that video and add proper keywords to the metadata, which is your titles, tags, description, thumbnail, and even your transcript. This way, the algorithm can then go in, read your metadata, and properly store it in its index. So when your viewer comes and searches for those keywords, the algorithm knows to pull your video to rank it alongside the other ones that closely match what your user wants. Now, when it comes to newer videos, YouTube is more likely to rank that video higher to give it a chance to receive those positive and negative signals we talked about earlier. So this way, when you rank in search and the viewer comes and searches for those keywords, they're more likely to click on your video and can send positive and negative signals. This way, the algorithm can restore your video in its index and re-pull your video and re-rank you based off of those systems. This is one of the reasons why you're going to constantly move up and down when it comes to your ranking, because you're constantly going to have different viewers watching and sending different signals to the algorithm. This is what you would call the circle of life. And now that I'm probably going to get a copyright, let's go ahead and move on to how recommended algorithm works. So the recommended algorithm is a bit more complex than search because it doesn't have the advantage that search does. The user is not coming in and typing in keywords into the recommended bar because there is no recommended bar. Recommended really does come from the algorithm predicting what the user is going to be interested in based off of past viewing experiences, their watch behavior, and of course, those cookies that are stored on your device from visiting other websites in your browsing history and things like that. You also need to predict what your audience is interested in right now based off of their past viewing behavior. And I know, you can't read cookies the way the algorithm does, but you don't have to. That's because YouTube actually gives you this information in your analytics. If you log into your Creator Studio and go to your analytics, go to your audience tab and scroll down. You should see a box that says other channels your audience watches, and these are going to bring up a list of channels that are similar to yours. You'll also see videos your audience watched, and this is usually within the past 7 days. Although I do find for some reason this feature works better when it comes to the app and not the website. Another huge difference between the search algorithm and the recommended algorithm is the performance based on the thumbnail and title. So of course you want to ensure that you have a high click-through rate and a long watch time, so this way you can rank higher in search. but you're going to title things slightly different if you really want to land on the homepage of recommended. And this is because it really depends on emotionally charged titles, because they seem to have a higher click-through rate. And the higher the click-through rate, the more interested people are, the better chance you have of landing on recommended, which is home, watch next, or even your watch page. So for example, on this video, I definitely could have titled How the Algorithm Works in 2022. That's a very searchable title because a lot of people are probably typing in, how does the YouTube algorithm work? So if I title my video the exact same way, the relevancy is there and I'm most likely to rank higher. But I said how to beat the algorithm, or new algorithm update, beat it easier in 2022. This is a more emotionally charged title. It says that there's something new that you need to learn, so you're going to click on it. It also says that you're going to beat it easier if you watch this video, so you're going to click on it. This is where that ethical clickbait comes into play. A lot of times people think clickbait is bad, but if you're not lying, you're just getting people to click, it's click-worthy or ethical clickbait, and that's completely okay. Now again, the algorithm is not against you, so if you're not landing in the homepage or on the recommended section, you need to see why, and YouTube also gives you that information. In your analytics, scroll down, you're gonna see a box that says impressions and how they led to watch time. This is a nice little funnel that literally tells you step by step what you need to do. The first thing is YouTube pushing out your content, and that's in your impressions. It's the number of times YouTube has shown your video on the platform. This does not include off-site traffic or direct links. Then you're gonna see how often does someone click on the video after YouTube presented that option to them. This is known as your click-through rate, and the higher your click-through rate, the more likely YouTube's going to push your video out. If people don't click, they leave your funnel, they don't go down. But if they do click, they go down the funnel and it goes to your watch time. How long are people viewing your video for? The longer, the better. And of course that leads to watch time, and it just goes over again. So really you need people to click on your video and watch longer, so YouTube recommends it more. So more people can click on your video and watch longer, and YouTube recommends it more. Just kidding, I just really like using that segment. But I know, this was a lot of information packed into this video, and I did it on purpose because I truly want you to understand how the algorithm works. But I also understand there's things called information overload, and you probably got that somewhere. So here's a little TLDW. Too long, didn't watch the whole video. The algorithm is a man-made machine learning program that really looks at the viewer's watch behavior, reads cookies such as sites they visited. This way, they can recommend videos that are going to get people to the platform and keep them there. And you as a creator also need to know what your viewer is looking for. So do some keyword research if you want to rank in search to see what your audience is searching for right now, and put all that information in your metadata. For recommended, try to use emotionally charged titles. This way you can get a higher click-through rate and make sure your video is entertaining enough to keep them watching longer. Of course, watch time is hard for everybody, so you can go ahead and watch this video next to see how to keep viewers on your video longer so you can get more watch time and YouTube can recommend your video more. Now get out there, make some content, and let's grow together.